And welcome to another FAQ Monday. I am your host, Fluff. And if you have a question, feel free to leave them down below in the comments or going over to my Ask FM account thing, and maybe we'll get you squared away. Or maybe we'll get you circled away. I don't even know what squared away means. You should Google that. Someone Google that. I don't know what that means. Leave it in the comments. Let me know. I'm going to ask you, what does squared away mean? First question! What do you consider to be your best gear find? Oh man, that's a tough one. I think the best gear find ever was when I was 17 years old and a friend in high school knew I was a Smashing Pumpkins nut. And I had one of those green Sovtek Electro-Harmonix big muffs, the green big muffs that they're just now reissuing. I had an original one at that time. It was brand new and it didn't even work then. I mean, that thing was a pile of garbage. And he saw that I was into pedals and he said, you know, I have a box of broken pedals. You should come over and check them out. My dad's friend at church gave them to me, but they're all broken and, you know, I don't know what to do with them. I was just gonna throw them away, but if you wanna take a look, you should come over and take a look after school. And he didn't live too far away from high school. I was in 10th grade, I think. And I go over there and there were 7 vintage Electro-Harmonix pedals in this box. And there was a big muff, a big muff, a Dr. Q, an Electric Mistress, a Badstone, a Muff Fuzz, and I didn't have any tools with me and I didn't know what was wrong with any of them, but he said, well, I'm gonna throw them away anyway, so give me 20 bucks and you could take the box. And I thought, okay, well, I don't know how I'm gonna get these repaired, but that seems like a good deal. And I took the box home and I opened up the chassis, and my dad taught me how to solder when I was younger. And I noticed on every single one of them that the battery terminal cables, the battery connection cables, had just come off the boards on all of them. And because they're directly to the board, and if you took apart the pedal to replace the battery and the battery fell out, it would pull the wires off the board. So I resoldered everything, and I had 7 vintage Electro-Harmonix pedals, and it was awesome. And I had most of those pedals for a really long time and ended up getting, you know, slowly getting rid of them. As I didn't need them or needed money or whatever. I still wish I had that original big muff. I'm really sure it was a V4 op amp big muff because it nailed the Siamese Dream tone. But I remember it being really, really noisy and it wasn't true bypass and made my guitar sound terrible when I had it off, and you could still hear the fuzz a little bit, but yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll go buy a vintage big muff or something like that. With your love of cars, as you've previously mentioned, have you ever gotten a series like Junkyard Wars, Monster Garage, American Chopper, Overhauling, etc.? Yes, I love all those shows. I was super into Monster Garage back in the day. That was when I was actually turning wrenches, and that was so inspiring. And even now, my girlfriend recently moved in with me, and she complains because all the TVs are always on the Velocity channel, because I love, you know, Overhauling and Graveyard Cars and all those shows. I just love them. And I really do miss wrenching on cars, and classic cars especially, like muscle cars and things like that. But yeah, do you guys have a favorite car show? Let me know down in the comments. Let's talk about cars. I'm interested in starting a home studio. I was looking at some different rack gear and I'm getting confused. Can you explain the purpose of some of your rack gear in your desk? Yeah, absolutely. First though, I will say if you're just starting a home studio, don't worry about outboard gear, man. You don't need outboard gear in order to start a home studio. And I don't even know what the definition of an actual home studio is these days. But outboard gear, generally, I don't get any outboard gear unless there's a specific need that I need said gear for. But generally, my desk is pretty utilitarian. I have a couple of compressors. I have a stereo SSL style compressor and a mono 1176 style compressor, which is what I use for the microphone when I'm talking to you guys on the way in. And I have a Stam 1073 MPA microphone preamp. And then on the right bank, I just have, you know, the interface and the central station and the helix and a patch bay to patch things in and go and to direct to my interface as I need. But it's really, really cut and dry, really bare bones. And again, I wouldn't recommend outboard gear until you really find yourself having a need for it. But for now, if you're just getting off the ground, just stay in the box, man. It's all good. You don't need outboard gear to get started. And now, Fluff reads a tweet. Garbage bags and the box they came in eventually reverse roles. My suggestion to you this week is to check out the Netflix movie 1922. This is a Stephen King adapted movie, and it is brilliantly done. I love this style of suspense thriller. I don't even know if you'd really call it a horror film because it's not gory. The story is incredible though. I just love the acting, the casting was spot on, the camera work, the cinematography. This is the total package. And if you have Netflix, you owe it to yourself to go and watch it. It is truly, truly incredible. All the applicable links down below in the description. You've been wonderful. I have been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.